Welcome back, guys. Today is Monday, October 6th, and my cat just decided to introduce himself as well. Anyways, today we took two trades, one loss, one win, and I'll go over those once we get to them. But to start off, just like every other day, I'll go through my bias, why I had that bias, and go from there. So, on the 4 hour, which is where I always start my days. Let me make this a little bit smaller. On the 4 hour, which is where I always start my days, I saw that we had a new week opening gap. You can see here. Boop. And ES was lagging behind NQ drastically. I mean, I was looking last night, and just on the 15-minute chart, if we go here and then go over here, this was like Sunday afternoon, or I guess like whatever you want to call it, when market opened Sunday afternoon for Asia session. It was extremely bullish on NQ, whereas on ES we did have some bullishness, but then the pullback ended up lasting a lot longer. You can see, especially as we go into today, this pullback or these conditions on ES were definitely affecting NQ. NQ swept all-time highs before market even opened, whereas ES market open was here for ES, and we were still 12 points away from all-time highs. So on NQ, my bias was bullish. Both my trades were longs today. My first trade was this 1 minute right here. And honestly, I like this one because we had a lot of momentum. This was the second fair value gap that was presented, and it was the highest time frame of that leg. There was a 3 minute here that inverse as well, but I took the 1 minute entry here, and then I was just targeting this internal swing high, and then I would have gone break even at probably this high because it was around the consequent encroachment of the first presented fair value gap. So that was my plan, but it turned out we didn't want to reach higher yet, and I think the reason for that is because ES needed to tap into the new week opening gap. As soon as we did that, we tapped into the consequent encroachment of this new week opening gap on ES. For whatever reason, that's what the market needed to do before pushing higher. And we also had a huge SMT. I guess you could count it all the way down to this gap here because of ES tapping into it and NQ not. But I just left it here. It means the same thing. Large bullish SMT. We were tapping into a 1 hour right there perfectly, and the reason I took the first trade was it was this wick that I was looking at. I was like, okay, well, we just kind of wicked down, tapped into the 1 hour and a 15-minute. We were at a 15-minute order block, but there was also a 15-minute order block right here that helped us out. And yeah, there was, I mean, we swapped sell side levels. So the confluences were definitely pretty good, I think, honestly. And then maybe my only problem was just like not being patient enough and thinking that this would be enough sell side or enough of equilibrium tapped into. I mean, if we go to the 1 hour here, in between like this low and this high that happened, we are tapping into below equilibrium of this. So overnight at the end of the London session or before market open, we already swept all-time highs and left a huge wick here. So this whole range is valid. This is the center point of that range, equilibrium right here. And then tapping into discount means we come down into the lower 2/4 of this entire range, or lower half, and hit some sort of a key level. And here, like, I mean, honestly, this candle right here, this was the 9 o'clock candle. I mean, that was more than enough of a tap in for me personally, especially the way we rejected off of all three of these PD arrays there. So I thought for sure, okay, well, if there's any point that we long, this is probably one of the most probable ones. And it turned out NQ just wanted to be stagnant and wait for ES to go tap new wick opening gap. But once ES did tap new wick opening gap, I saw a lot of explosiveness with the way ES was starting to perform. As you can see, we tapped it, kind of jolted up, created another swing high, had a lower time frame sweep here, which is always nice, and then had a lot of momentum upwards. And this is when I was looking back on the charts to see if I could find any sort of a long here. And we did have an SMT here, which was good. Lower time frame SMTs are always a good confluence to have. We had the 10 a.m. open right here. Boop. 10 a.m. Whoa. 10 a.m. open right there, and just make it a little bit easier to see. And then yeah, so we had an SMT at the lows. We had this was the failed one, so we did sweep this low because of the SMT. So we had sell side liquidity swept once more, and then we had a really nice 2-minute entry model here, just 2 candles, and that's when I entered. I targeted the consequent encroachment of the first presented fair value gap, and you can see that we won that by a couple of ticks. Sorry. And on the 4-hour chart, if we go to the 10 a.m. open candle, you can see we had our wick down, and then closing out. I mean, we still closed down, but you get the point. Even on just the hourly, you can see we had our, oh, my fault, I was looking at the wrong candle. 10 a.m. open here. Yeah, perfect. So this whole wick right here is the 10 a.m. open wick, which was an open low and then close high candle, which is perfect. It's exactly what we wanted. That's why we even used the 10 a.m. open as a confluence. So we wanted a wick below this level, a wick down, and we got that. But it was after the trade, but still, it still counted. I mean, we had double SMTs, wick down into that same key level again with the higher time SMT, bullishness and momentum on both of the pairs, and targeting all-time highs. One thing I did notice is that on like really bad PA days, using higher time frame, like 5-minute or maybe even 15-minute for like finding an entry model can sometimes be a game changer. I think I've never done it before. I mean, I've taken trades on the 5-minute, but if we just look here, like if we only used the 5-minute today, we had market open here, right? And if we go to ES on the 5-minute as well, market opens and we are choppy. There's no way, if you only use the 5-minute and up on a day like today, there's no way that you would have ever taken either of the two trades that I took or any other trade, because there was just nothing there. I mean, this is just clear chop, and it's just obvious that NQ is stalling, right? Then we get our very first 5-minute gap right here. And this is like as soon as we inverse this one gap, right, we decided, okay, well, we are going for all-time highs. Like, if this was a trade that you took, this was like a perfect trade, and you dealt with almost zero drawdown. I mean, you did for like 20 minutes, but still, like, in comparison to like any of the lower time frame trades that you could have taken here, like, maybe you took this on the 3-minute, but 2-minute, 1-minute, it's just too far. Like, these are just not like the distances that you would want to have your entry model be from you. But I mean, that's something I'm definitely going to take into consideration going forward, is like, on these low probability days with no news and it's Monday and the government's shut down, how are some ways that I can by default just cut any like excess risk off the table? And I think maybe utilizing the 5-minute and the 15-minute charts heavily compared to the 3, 2, and 1 minute, and potentially even the 30-second, you could save yourself a lot of hassle. I mean, had I just used the 5-minute today, I wouldn't have taken either of the two trades I took, despite one of them being a win, and I would have taken a singular win for like 3 times the RR. So, I mean, there's different perspectives that you can look at it, but I just think personally that I would have had a much better day had I utilized the 5-minute chart in contrast to utilizing the lower time frames for entry model. Even the 15-minute, like, I don't even know. I don't think this would be a very like super fun trade to take. I mean, you would have to put this under the inverse fair value gap here, and then you target at least 1R or maybe like 1.5, but you wouldn't have gotten ticked in. Yeah, so 1R here, just targeting all-time highs, you still would have won this trade as well. I mean, you would have had to wait almost like 3 hours, but still, you just avoid so much of the hassle of, oh shit, like, what the fuck is price action doing right now, by using these 5 and 15 minutes. And I think going forward, that's just something I'm going to do. I mean, it just seems so obvious, especially after today. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you guys in terms of the trade recap. I do want to let you guys know that I did make a Discord, and I also made a new Instagram. Before, I just had my like normal, I can't even really call it personal Instagram because I never even used it, but that's just the one like me and my friends all know of. And but I did make a new Instagram. I can even show you guys here. It's _J42. That's my new Instagram. I'm going to be posting on there as frequently as I can. I'm going to try to get that going and just delve into the media side of this a little bit further. And I also created a Discord. Right now, there's nobody in here. It's literally just me and my buddy who's like helping me set it up. But feel free to come in here. We have, I mean, I'm going to be posting my trade recaps in here, YouTube channels, or YouTube videos, and just trying to get to know you guys a little bit better and start a little community of our own. I think it would be super fun to be able to connect with you guys and help each other out, and just go from there. We can grow together. So that being said, I think that's all I got for you guys. Thank you for watching, as always, and I hope you guys had a good day on the charts. If you did or didn't, remember to get off the charts and go do a workout or something. Go on a run. I know I'm gonna do a workout right after this, and then I'm gonna probably try to make some content for the Instagram. But yeah, so join up. If you care for these types of things, just join up. Send or shoot me a follow on Instagram. I mean, I don't post anything like really important on my Instagram. I just post things that I like. So if you're into that stuff, for sure, drop a follow. It would be greatly appreciated. But anyways, that's really all I got for you guys today. So we're sitting at 51,352, up $112. Green Day. So without any further ado, I shall see you guys tomorrow. I think we have some news. Nope, no news till Wednesday. So we'll see how tomorrow is. I might use tomorrow as a dummy for 5-minute, 15-minute entries. So yeah, alrighty guys, thanks again, and I will see you tomorrow. Deuces.